Hello guys, welcome to Courts This Week. I'm Sanya and it's time to take you through the court updates of the week that was. The Supreme Court ordered release of Arnab Goswami, granting him interim bail. Goswami, who was arrested on November 4th, had been under judicial custody since then in a criminal case relating to abetment to suicide of interior designer Anvin Naik in 2018. The top court also allowed the interim release of the co-accused Nitish Sarda and Feroz Mohammad Sheikh in the case. A bench led by Justice Chandrachud said that the Bombay High Court had erred in rejecting the application for grant of interim bail to Goswami. The court said that Raigad police should ensure the compliance of the order of release forthwith. The accused should execute a personal bond of an amount of Rs 50,000 for release on interim bail. During the hearing, Justice Chandrachud had expressed disappointment that the High Court failed to exercise its jurisdiction to protect the personal liberty of a citizen. The Attorney General for India, K.K. Venugopal, granted his consent for initiation of contempt proceedings against comedian Kunal Kamra over his tweets about the Supreme Court in the wake of its order granting interim bail to Arnab Goswami. Finding Kamra's tweets to be highly objectionable, the AG granted his consent under Section 15(1)(b) of the Contempt of Courts Act 1971 to initiate criminal contempt against him. Now, the AG's letter referred to Kamra's comments such as "honor has left the building" long back and "Supreme Court of the country is the most supreme joke of the country." The AG also noted that apart from these comments, Kamra posted a picture of the Supreme Court dressed in saffron color with the flag of the ruling party, the BJP. Strong objection was taken of this tweet by the AG and he commented, "This is a gross insinuation against the entirety of the Supreme Court of India, that the Supreme Court of India is not an independent and impartial institution, and so its judges, but on the other hand is a court of the ruling party, the BJP, existing only for the BJP's benefit." The Supreme Court on Wednesday affirmed the Calcutta High Court order banning the sale and bursting of firecrackers during Diwali, Chhat Puja, Kali Puja, etc. in the entire state of West Bengal. A vacation bench of Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and Indira Banerjee dismissed the special leave petition filed against the November 5 order passed by a division bench of the High Court. In the brief hearing held on Monday, Justice Chandrachud observed that preservation of life was more important during the COVID-19 pandemic than the celebration of festivals. The Supreme Court modified the order of Telangana High Court, which imposed a complete and immediate ban on the sale and use of firecrackers across the state during Diwali, to fall in line with the directions imposed by the National Green Tribunal on November 9. A vacation bench of Justices A.M. Khanwilkar and Sanjeev Khanna issued notice on the petition and stated that the NGT's guidelines applied to the state of Telangana and that it shall comply with the directions in letter and spirit. The top court refused to entertain the special leave petition filed by Delhi government against the Delhi High Court's stay on the government order to reserve 80% ICU beds in private hospitals for COVID-19 patients. Vacation bench of Justices Ashok, Bhushan and B.R. Gavai asked the single bench of the High Court, which is seized of the matter, to hear and decide the matter early, having regard to the urgency of the situation. The Supreme Court has held that a magistrate exercising power under Section 14 of the SARFAESI Act is not required to seek permission from the company judge before directing handing over of the possession of a property. The bench observed that a company court exercising jurisdiction under the Companies Act has no control in respect of sale of a secured asset by a secured creditor in exercise of its powers available to such creditor under the SARFAESI Act and enforcement of Security Interest Act. The Supreme Court has set aside an indefinite blacklisting order issued in the year 2009 against Vet India Pharmaceuticals Limited. An order of blacklisting operates to the prejudice of a commercial person, not only in presenti but also puts a taint which attaches far beyond and may well spell the death knell of the organization institution for all times to come. Described as a civil death, said the bench. High Courts and other courts now. The Madras High Court slammed C.S. Karnan, former High Court judge, for uploading videos with obscene, derogatory and defamatory statements against former and sitting judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, and also for pressing rape threats and sexually coloured remarks against wives of judges, women lawyers and female court staff. The bench directed the Tamil Nadu government and the state police to take steps to block the URLs of the videos featuring the derogatory remarks of Karnan in Facebook, WhatsApp and YouTube. The Punjab and Haryana High Court has allowed the bail plea of British national Jagtar Singh Johal, alias Jaggi, who has been behind the bars since 3 years for the alleged involvement in targeted killings of RSS leaders in Punjab. A bench of Justice Anupinder Singh Grewal ordered, in view of the submissions of the learned counsel for the petitioner, especially when the petitioner has been arraigned as an accused on the statement of co-accused, nothing has been recovered from the petitioner. He is in custody for over 3 years. He is not involved in any other case. Co-accused have been granted regular bail. The COVID-19 pandemic and the conclusion of the trial is likely to take some time. I deem it a fit case to grant the concession of regular bail to the petitioner. Right to life embodies a constitutional value of supreme importance and stands on a higher pedestal than the right to practice any profession, as right to carry any business comes with a rider, and Clause 6 of Article 19 permits the government to impose reasonable restrictions, remarked Rajasthan High Court on Tuesday while refusing to interfere with Rajasthan government's firecracker ban. The bench was hearing a writ petition which was preferred by the petitioners aggrieved by the advisory dated 2nd November issued by the Department of Home Affairs to the licensing authority not to issue the licenses for fireworks. While granting bail to 3 women who were accused of assaulting a YouTuber over a vulgar video, the Kerala High Court said it does not approve of vigilantism shown by them. The fact that granting bail to the applicants would give a wrong message to the public at large and that it would amount to an encouragement of vigilantism is no reason to refuse granting of bail, Justice Ashok Mohan observed in the bail order. The judge observed that the granting of bail is based on totally different parameters. The Karkaduma court on Monday refused to grant interim bail to Shah Rukh Pathan, whose infamous picture showing him pointing a gun at a policeman during the February 2020 Delhi riots had gone viral on the social media and internet. The additional sessions judge Amitabh Rawat was hearing the bail plea of accused Shah Rukh Pathan, who was on 24 February caught brandishing a pistol with the temerity of firing and pointing it at police personnel. Deepak Dahiya, who was deputed on that day for law and order arrangements near Jafrabad metro station. That's all for this week, guys. See you next week. Bye-bye. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss a video from LiveLaw.